Hi Julia, what's here? Welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to be looking at Planner Essentials, but this time I'm going to be using my Sidekick dies. So I've gone ahead and I have cut the 2103 Sidekick Essentials 31 postage stamp page out of kind of a creamy colour card. And you can see I've got kind of marks written all over it because I've got little packets everywhere. Put that on the side. I've then cut out of some papers from the Key Lime. Where is it? There we go. This Key Lime Night paper pad, designed by Esther. I've cut some pieces out of that, and so I actually know where they've got to go. I've put an X, and so that's going to go there, that's going to go there, and that's going to go there, like so. And then I'm going to, where it says C, I'm going to actually cut, I'm going to pop the dies back in and I'm going to cut through there. And so we're going to see different layers, and I'm going to do some stamping, I'm going to add some extra little embellishments from the kit, and just mix it up. So just need to grab some ink, and we'll do some inking through as well. I'm going to go for crushed olive because it's the nearest match to the lime colour that's in the kit. I think it is anyway, and I'm going for distress ink rather than distress oxide because I'm going to be doing some stamping and stenciling and all sorts of stuff. So to use this as a stencil, you can pop the die back in place and you can feel it go in. And I've just noticed I didn't poke a little bit out of the die. That's quite handy to see that. So you can just hold it in place, and you do want to actually ink all of it. And the ink will wash off the die in water. You don't need to worry about that. And I do find the brush is best for this, actually. I did wonder whether Twisted Citron would be good, but that's a bit too bright. The crushed olive, which is not one I use very often, to be honest, is a perfect match. So see, there's a paper. Look how close that is. You can barely see the difference, can you? So perfect. And then when you remove that, you've got your inked through piece. So I'm going to tidy up a bit, and I'm going to actually pop. Let's put that one aside a minute. I'm going to cut that one out and cut that one out. So I need to grab this one. That one's going to go in there, and I'm going to cut that out, and you can see it's going to have a tiny little border, a little green border around it. And I'm going to cut that big one out there as well. I'll pick it up. No, I can't. Yes, I can. And I'm going to cut that one out as well, because we'll see through that to my back page. And my back page I've actually cut out using, where's my other die? Using this one, which is Sidekick Essentials 4 1768. So I've just used that to do my back page, and so we'll see through to that. So it's kind of monochrome, but with a bit of green in there as well. So I think it's going to look great when we've finished. I'll be back in a moment. Okay, so I've cut those two pieces out, and so you can see I've got a nice green border just around the edge there. And when I cut them out, what I did was I popped the die in, the whole die, and then used that as a guideline for where I needed to place the the smaller dies so that I got the spacing correct. It's easier to do that rather than just place the dies on and do it by eye, I think. So if I put it on my base page now, you can see that it really pops with those. I am going to trim this down so that you can see more of the black, but to begin with, it's easier to leave it intact. So if I bring my pieces in that are going to sit on top, it's that one and that one and that one. You can see again it starts to come together. I've got a little photograph of my daughter's cat, Damon. He's standing on his hind legs looking at something. He's a weirdo. So that I've cut out with the dye that goes in there. So I thought that because he's a black cat, that would fit in quite nicely. And I can perhaps have an arrow. Which one? What's this? I could have an arrow pointing towards him maybe. Or maybe the bigger one. Let's have the thinner one. Have that pointing towards him, and then I'm thinking I can use the minis, which is CS383, and there's a stamp called What The, and I could stamp that along there. That'd be next to him. So that's the plan there, like that. Now I want to do some stenciling, so I'm trying to figure out where I want to stencil before I actually stick everything down. I've got some other embellishments that I can stick on the black. These, of course, I can use still, because if I've got like a postmark or something on the top, you're going to hide that fact that I've put the C in there. So yeah, so it's absolutely fine. It's not a problem. So even putting a little heart on there, you wouldn't put the same colour, but you can see you can hide it. So it's definitely worth keeping them and not throwing them away. Put them in my box of bits. So as you can see, I've got hearts, I've got all sorts of things. I'm thinking that I might put, I like that stamp. This is from Postage Stamps 1, CS372. And I might be using some more stamps of those. I've got various different ones. Some of them I've cut out well, some of them I haven't. I could perhaps have airmail up the top there. And I'm just thinking that 15 cent will sit next to that there as well. We've got a little camera that could go on there. Little sing-song would go. That's a sister. And we could perhaps have a heart up there. I'm not sure what we're going to have down here yet. Perhaps another heart there. Perhaps don't want too many hearts. I could leave that one as it is. It doesn't have to have something. So that could have a heart there. That's coming together already. So I have got XOXOXO as well, which is cut from the Sidekick Pocket Page. Sidekick Pocket Page Fillers 1, 2004. It's this die here, and of course it is too big, but there's nothing stopping you from going over. You don't have to stop, you can just go over, and sometimes that's quite nice. So I might use that instead of that. And I could have that down here with something else there. What else could I have there? Oh, I was also thinking, instead of the XOXO, I could have you and me. That would fit in there nicely. In fact, I might go that and keep that for something else. So where do I want to stencil? I think I'm going to stencil here. I think I'm going to stencil there and stencil there. So we're going to do 3 lots of stencils, I think. Right, okay, so we know where we're at. Let's just pop those down there for a minute. So stenciling. It's a little bit tricky because you need to mask off. So I'm going to just, and you want to go kind of up to the line. It's a little bit time consuming, so bear with me. And of course you've got to go over the other bits there as well. Let's mask them, might as well mask them all off at the same time. Doesn't matter if you go over a little bit. That's a big bit, isn't it? So let's go up there. Big bit. Because I've got no nails. Yep. And of course, if you want to do any sort of stamping of backgrounds as well, you want to mask it as well. So we can do this little triangle here. Just a bit of fun. Such a useful die, this. Of course, you can actually just chop all the bits up and use them as embellishments if you want to. I'm not being the most frugal with my masking tape, which is a bit daft really, but okay, so we've got that one, and that one. So I'm going to use, oh, I need to get my ink. Sorry about that. I forgot I needed to still use my ink. I'm going to use Planner Stencils 3. It's the only Elizabeth Craft Design stencils I have, unfortunately, so far anyway. I like this one, this kind of grungy Harlequin. We're doing this one, aren't we? I keep on having to remind myself which one I'm doing. So let's do it kind of like, obviously the beauty with stencils is you can actually position them exactly where you want them. And I'm just going crushed olive again. So it's the same colour on top of the colour that was underneath. And it will just deepen it. And let's just make it so that I have to do lots and lots of cleaning, shall we? That's all Christmas. That one's quite a good one. Which one am I doing? Am I doing that one? I'm doing that big one up there, aren't I? So we've got that one, and got, yeah, let's do this one up there. So it's like pebbles. Okay, that's that one. So that's two I've got to clean. And let's use this one because I've only got a little bit of space there, but I can have like, there's that little branch there. That should fit. Probably don't need any more ink on here. We don't. Good. And of course the thing with masking is that the reveal gives you a nice little surprise. So you can see the fruits of your labour, as it were. Did I forget to put some there? I did. Oh well, doesn't matter. Just make sure you do all four sides. It's not going to make a lot of difference, but a bit annoyed with myself because it's not perfect. I did this the last time I did a bit of masking. I went all over. Let's just clean that bit up there. There we go. So now we've got some stenciled areas. That makes it more interesting. I'm just going to stamp a little stamp that I want to use there. What did I do with my minis? You and me. Oh, I want to do a few, don't I? So we want with a question mark, because that's what Damon's like. He's a weirdo. Weird cat. All cats are a bit weird, aren't they? They are at the bosses of us. What the question mark. And we're going to have it towards the right hand side. It's a little bit higgledy bit. That's how it's supposed to be. Makes you think you're stamping rubbish, but it is supposed to be like that. So that makes it very forgiving. So we've got because you're being weird, Damon. That's that. And then I want to do 15 cents. Let me get the platform actually. Just to give me a bit of cushion, and so I don't mess it up. I'm annoyed about that. What am I like? That was nice and clean down there. I could try and get it off because it is distress. Let's just see. I've lightened it a bit. Right, stamp. So once again, this is Postage Stamps 1, CS372. And I want this 15 cents. It's going to go here. Check that that's straight. Seeing as I'm using the platform, I might as well try and get it straight. Yeah, that'll do. And then what else was I going to stamp? I was going to stamp something else. What else? Oh yeah, you and me. You and me. And this is from Travels 2, which is CS373. It's great having loads of stamps to choose from, isn't it? I think the more stamps you have to choose from, and the more dies, the more value you get out of each individual one. Okay. And my machine will probably rattle because I thought I shan't be doing much stamping. So all that rattling's just my die cutting machine, because I haven't moved it to the floor like I normally do. Because I thought, oh no, I'm sticking things down, it will be fine. But I'm not, am I? just a little bit more ink, because I've not used that 15-cent stamp before. I'll just put a bit more on there. That'll do. That'll do nicely. I'll put those away in a minute. I'll tidy up that. There we go. Right, so now I think we can do all the bits we need to do. So I'm going to trim this postage frame so that I'm going to stick it on my base page, but I'm trimming it so that we've got the like perforations like you get if you've got proper stamps, because I quite like that. You can tear it if you want to, but I like to use my scissors. I'm pleased I actually used a bit of water on that, it's much better now. Right, okay, those are they. If I can use those on the pocket page fillers, I'll keep that for a minute, just in case. Right, let's get this stuck to our background bit. So you see we've got that lovely black border on there now. Let's move down a bit. Okay, let's glue it down. I have to be careful I don't put too much glue down that edge there. We'll do that bit first so that it has a chance to dry a bit. We'll do, right, okay. So you have to go around each postage stamp. Being careful that you don't get it in the holes. Then this has got to be a little border around this one as well. Ooh. I need to decant some glue into a fine tip glue applicator, but you know, I only ever think about it when I'm using the glue. Right, all good. Just going to dab off a little bit just around that hole there. I think we're good elsewhere. Okay. Ooh. That's straight. Looks pretty straight. Doesn't at the top though, does it? Ah, that's because I haven't cut it straight, that's why. Hang on a sec. That's better. Now it looks straight. And I have gone a little bit further to the right so that I can get my reinforcers on there. To be careful I don't smudge my stamping. Okie dokie, this is looking good. Right, so let's get our little bits and pieces on. I don't want to glue Damon down. I want to put a bit of tape on him. Funny, aren't they? All cats are different. They have different personalities. Damon's completely different to my cat. Who's completely different to all the cats I've ever had. I've had quite a lot of cats. There we go. He's going to go in this square here. I'm just going to try and hold it up. So I think he's straight. There we go. And we're going to have the arrow pointing to him. What the? Doesn't have to be straight. In fact, it's better if we just do it at an angle, and then it doesn't matter whether it's straight or not. And we've got the little bits of black crisscross paper. And we're going to have one here. A big one. I haven't inked around the edges of this so that it pops, because I want to see the colour of the card. And this is the one that's going to go here. And then we've got this little piece that's going to go here. Where's my tweezers? You and me. That's fab. Really happy with this. Yeah, I think we're going to have her there. I'm not going to colour her in. Just going to have her as she is. So it's the postage stamps one, but also the postage strip dies for these. And you cut the die first, and then you can stamp, cut them out. Fab. She's lovely. You've also got this one in there as well. Can you see with all the shadows there are? It's very dark here. This one's going to go to the left of my 15 cent. That fits in there nicely. Can't see a lot of the stencil work there, but it is there. It's better than it not being there. And what else are we going to do? We're going to have a heart up here. Okay. And a camera down here. We can have a heart there. And is there another mini, another word that we might be able to use? Love life, that'd be a good one. Let's have that one. Where's my little block? There it is. We can take this off the back here, and that fits in nicely with the heart. And then use that one. What else have we got? We've got another heart there. One stuff here. So I've just cut this out of using the one of the papers in the Key Lime Night, I think it's called. It'll say in the description. Everything I've used will be in the description. And oh, the camera. Right, so let's take these little bits out that we're not using. So this is still part of the postage, the Sidekick Postage stamp die set. Is that what it's called? This one. Yeah, postage stamp page 2103. So the little camera's down there. And you've got loads of paper clips in here as well. Lots and lots of little dies, which are really useful. So we're going to have the camera on top of here. Yeah, we'll have it there in the middle. Like that. And the question is, do we want anything on there? Don't know if we do. Don't want another heart. We could have an arrow pointing down. How would that look? A fat arrow, because I don't use a fat arrow. No, don't like that. That's not happening. I don't think I want anything in there. I think I'm going to leave it. Right, we do need reinforcers though. And because of this here, you have to be careful that... In fact, let me just double check. I did put some more out, but it didn't look like they were going to fit. But we just double check now that I've trimmed it. I don't think they will. I think they're a little bit too big. Too wide. It would just fit. But no, I'm losing too much of the black. It says love this, and it's from another one of the Sidekick die sets. So I'll keep that for another time. And I've cut these little tiny ones. I'm not sure which set these are from, whether they're from one of the big sets. I think they are from one of the big sets of reinforcement dies. But yeah, I've cut these out, and as they're the little ones, then we're going to see most of our script background, which I like. So we're just going to put these on. But they tie, with the green, they tie in with the green on the background and on some of the embellishment bits that I've used. I mean, I can always come back to it at a later date. That's the thing with planners. You can come back to your pages and add to them later on. So if I find an embellishment that works nicely in that bit, then I might add it. But at the moment, I'm going to just leave it so I can see all the script. Do remember that there is a Sidekick Saturday once a fortnight as part of the what's it called, Planners and Journaling Facebook group, and Esther sets up an album each fortnight for you to add in your Sidekick Saturday pieces. And this year they did actually have a prize draw for a gift certificate for those that entered. There was a chance that you could win a substantial gift certificate, so it's worth having a go, and I should be joining in this year. I'm happy with that. Hope you like it. few different techniques with that. A little bit of fun, a little picture of Damon. He's so funny. Anyway, I'm glad you, thank you for joining me. I hope you like it. You will find some of the products over on my website, juliawattscrafts.co.uk, and over at elizabethcraftdesigns.com, and in Europe at elizabethcraftdesigns.eu. Do like and subscribe on my YouTube channel, which is where you are now. There's going to be lots and lots of videos this year. There are already quite a few for you to watch if you're interested. Do love to read your comments, and thank you for watching.